Hi, Gibaud, and today a small video. Yeah, short, little, tiny as this Lightmeter, the AstrHori XH-2, the new version. Maybe you have a film camera and you would like to place one of these Lightmeter on the hot shoe or cold shoe, yeah, accessory shoe, doesn't matter, it depends on the camera you have. Okay, so I'm going to tell you all about it, and the best of it is that normally Lightmeter are really expensive and this one is really affordable. So let's start. First of all, thank you so much to Pergear Japan who sent me the Lightmeter. So I'll show you here. Here's my Leica M4P. Obviously you can use it on any camera, okay, and you can use also if you want it on digital camera, but that would make no sense because you have everything in your digital camera. It's thought for film camera, obviously. So here on my M4P I have the Leica MR4. To give you an idea of the difference of size, look at this. Look at the difference. This is so tiny. It's about the thickness, the depth of the camera itself. So really discreet. The size, to give you an idea, 43 by 27 by 23 millimeter, and it's fully metal. It weighs 63 grams, so it's really light. It's really light. It's lighter than this one, okay, I think around it, okay, but really tiny. And the good point is the price. I tell you, the quality. We're going to have a look at the feature, all that. So really nice. We're going to start straight away with the negative point. Okay, so I'm going to place the Lightmeter in my Leica. Here it's placed. Okay, it is in there. Okay, if I use the Leica as it is thought for with my right eye, no problem. Maybe touch a bit my glasses here. Okay, but not too much of a problem. But some people are left-eyed, or left-sighted I should say, and they look this way, and then it will touch your forehead like this. Okay, so let's try on a reflex camera. Here's my Olympus OM1 N, okay, and here it always touches my my forehead. Okay, this one has its own Lightmeter, so probably I would not use it, but let's say you have a camera that doesn't have any Lightmeter and you want to place it. So the thing is, I think they wanted to make something really nice, so they placed a USB-C connector here. So this is why they put the shoe so ahead, okay? But I think they should have put this a bit back. The USB-C probably cannot go in the front because you have the cell here, okay, logically, but they could have put it on the side. It's true that would not be as nice when you look at it, that you don't see any connector. That's really nice. But honestly, I prefer to have a small connector on the side than this hitting my forehead, okay? But I would say this is the only negative point if we speak about the physical shape of this tool, okay? Or maybe they could have put it sideways, the same as we have this, okay, and the cell here, I don't know, okay? But honestly, that bothers me that it hits my forehead, okay? So I'm going to show you some close-up of this because from there you will not see anything unless you use a magnifying glass, okay? Here you have a small button to switch on. So here it is. Here you have an LCD screen, okay? Here you have what goes in the cold shoe, okay? Here you have USB-C connector. Here's the cell itself. Here you have a switch on button, okay? And here a small wheel. When I click here, it switches on. And now I will control different things. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the features, how you do it. It's really easy anyway, okay? But as you can see, it's really tiny, really small, and easy to control. There's no button to switch off. After 25 seconds, it goes asleep, and after 3 hours, it switches off. I guess that when it's asleep, it's actually not consuming anything. You have the USB-C to charge a battery that is 80 milliamps. It takes 30 minutes to charge, okay, so it's fast, okay? So you will manage everything with this small button here and this small wheel on the top. It works two ways. One is you indicate the aperture and it will calculate the shutter speed, or you indicate the shutter speed and it will calculate the aperture. The aperture can go from f1 to f32, the shutter speed from 1 to 1/8000th of a second. The ISO from 5 to 6400 ISO, so if you have a film that is 3200, you could actually push it one stop. You can actually compensate down to -3 EV up to 3 EV, okay, plus 3 EV. So that's good that you can actually make this compensation when needed. If we look at the way it works, it will cover an angle of 30 degrees. So if you're using an ultra wide angle, it will be like part of the center, okay? If you use a telelens, obviously it will cover the whole picture. So it depends what you use. This is not a spot meter. If you were expecting to have a really precise spot, that's not the light meter you need, okay? But I think for most use, that will be okay. You still need to have photography knowledge, obviously, because if your subject is in the center against a bright situation and the subject is darker, well, you will need to know about photography because you will need to compensate the result you get, obviously. But, well, that's the way it is. When you do film photography, it's probably because you want to learn about photography. So that's it, okay? So it's easy to use once you have read the manual. Because here in the small button, you have to click, sometimes double click, sometimes double click, but the second click needs to be longer or sometimes shorter. It will give you a different feature, okay? It's easy to use, but take some time to read the manual. It takes about 5 minutes, and yeah, it's one page. You click, you test, and you see it works, okay? So now I'm going to show you some close-up and tell you how that works. Right now, I am on T mode. If I change the wheel, it will change the shutter speed and will calculate the aperture. If I double click here, it's A mode, so this is for the aperture. I change the value of the aperture here, okay, and that calculates the shutter speed, okay. If I want to change the ISO, I click once and the second, half a second, and I see the small arrow that I didn't put it properly, sorry. Okay, now it's on the ISO. I can change the ISO here, back here, okay, I click again, I'm back. And if I want to do the compensation, same thing, first one click and then a long press, 5 seconds, I click once and then I wait, it will go down to the ISO, okay, I keep pressing and goes up to compensation here, okay. And now I can actually change the compensation from -3 up to +3 in a third increment. I click here and that's done, okay. If I keep pressing here, I've got continuous measure, okay, and I can actually click again and it will put a small padlock and unlocks the measure I've made. So to recap, at the top you have the EV value, except when you're actually doing the compensation, it's changed to EC, okay. There you have the battery level with small bars, then you have the shutter speed, then the aperture, the ISO, the mode, whether you're on T or on A, and then you have if it's your continuous measure, or if you locked it, it will be indicated. So this is in the instruction manual. It's really easy. You have a small drawing and it indicates everything. Okay, so really easy. So my conclusion, I've measured with it and also compared with other light meter. The results are really similar. Obviously, if your idea is to do slides that needs really high precision, I would not use not this one, not this one. I would use a spot meter to have the exact measure. But if you actually do film photography with negative, you know that the latitude is really high. You can make a mistake of 3-4 stops and still it's not a big drama, okay. It depends if you're on the highlights or in the shadow, okay, but that's not a big drama. So this is fine for most of us if you do negative, okay. So obviously, take into account the shape that maybe it's bother for your forehead, but for that price, there's not much you can have. So actually, there are some lot better tools, but they cost a lot more. Does it make sense if you pay maybe 100 euro for a camera to spend 400 on a spot meter, on a light meter? Obviously not. Okay, so I think this is a great opportunity for many people who need to have a light meter on their film camera, and that's a great opportunity for a very small price. Okay, so I think it's completely recommendable. So thank you so much Pergear Japan for sending me this AstrHori or AstrHori, I don't know how you say it, XH-2. Thank you to you for watching the video. If you feel it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's a small button down here and a small bell. If you click on the bell, you will get notified when I upload a new video. My website, Gibaud.com. If you have any question, can leave a comment below. I'll also leave you links of my gear on Amazon, links of everything I reviewed by K&F Concept, Sandmarc, and Flashes by Westcott. More affiliated links, and also a link to my PayPal account in case you wanted to make a donation. Thank you very much, please take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye!